Hello and welcome to Business Spotlight, where today we are joined by Dinesh Kithany, founder and chief analyst of Wired and Wireless Technologies, also known as WAWT. Welcome, Dinesh. How are you?
Thank you very much, Hana. Thanks for having me.
Absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure. Thank you for joining us. I never delay. I always dive straight in. So tell us, Dinesh, what you do and how long you've been doing it for, please.
Yeah, I'm basically a market researcher, and currently my focus is into the technology area. So I do most of the research within the technology front.
Okay.
For the last 12 years, research has been into technology. I'll explain that a little bit later. But overall, around 28 years of experience. I did a lot of consumer research. I do a lot of media research, advertising research, and now into the technology sectors in the last 12 years. And UK is nearly my seventh country. So I've been traveling from, say, India first, starting with. Then I worked in Dubai, then Saudi Arabia, then back in India. Then I was in Nigeria, Ghana.
Wow.
Then back in India, then in UK since the last 15 years now. So yes, a lot of, and because I'm a researcher, I'm a very intrusive person. I like talking to people. I like to learn about the cultures because that goes into the research, that goes into developing products, technologies, that goes into creating ads. So I like that area. And the reason to shift to UK was because UK was the headquarters of many of the companies I worked with.
Oh, okay.
So I said it's a developed country, plus most of the companies are there.
Yeah.
And I said, yes, let me jump into it. So I applied from own visa, didn't depend on any company. And I came in 15 years back, and rest is history.
The rest is history, as they say. The rest is history. So you worked sort of, you worked for people for some time by the sounds of it. And what motivated you to start your own business?
Not motivated. It was more like a necessary. Yeah, obviously, as you know, in this 28 years of my career, you could expect a lot of ups and downs, companies doing bad and all, teams going bad and all. So yes, there has been places where I shifted job. I had to shift jobs, work in different profiles. And to cut it short, for the last 12 years back, I joined a company called IHS, which is again a research company. They kept on acquiring companies. In the end, they sold and acquiring companies, they become a big company. But then I worked in the technology sector. We had around 100 people out there in the technology. And what happened is that, some of the technologies, I would say 80% of the technologies did not suddenly become relevant for them. They want to focus on automotive, so they should focus on this. And they sold off the technology research to another company called Informa or OMDA. And Informa was more into events, publications, and they had interest in research. So they acquired my previous company and say, let's do it like that. Right, so it was going good until 2018, 19 and 20. But then the COVID came in as well, as we all know. And that made company change their priorities, or, not to cut down the cost, but they say, yes, we have been doing events, we have been doing media, and technology research is one of it. So we will keep technology research, but only some of the areas. So we did technology research in 100 sectors, like, I would say mobiles, laptop, televisions, data centers, all those things, IoT and all.
Yeah.
And I was working on wireless power and power supplies. And wireless power is, I'm sure you must be very familiar. You keep your mobile phone or on your charger without having a cable on that. So I work on that technology. It is currently into mobiles, but it's getting into many other devices. In fact, as you and me are sitting, my phone is lying on my desk. Within a few years' time, we will have technology where the power will be in the air. Right. So while we are talking, you don't need to connect your phone. It will charge while it's lying down on your laptop or a tablet or your desk or anywhere like that. Or the light which I'm using here, it could charge from distance.
Wow.
So I'm working on that technology. So that research was obviously a new emerging technology. And I'm sure at the top level, they did not realize how emerging that technology is, how big the revenues are. Suddenly they said, oh, we want to stop doing wireless power and power supplies.
Right.
And it's not that they laid me off. They just told me that, oh, yes, Dinesh, you have been working with us for 10, 12 years. You're an excellent guy. You're good in research. But more than that, you are different because you are more business oriented. You're commercially oriented. You get business for us, which is not even your responsibility. It's the responsibility of the sales team, marketing team. But as a researcher, you also go a step ahead. So we don't want to miss you, something like that. And this is the third area which you picked up, because before wireless power, I was doing smart home appliances, robotics, and all.
Okay.
And some other areas. So whichever area was given to me, I grew that area rapidly and took it forward. So they said, Dinesh, we do not want to do wireless power and power supply. We do not see a scope in that. We are working on that for the last 3-4 years now. So why don't you do one thing? We will close it down. You have option either to leave, which we don't want, or you pick up a new area, whichever you want, and grow it from there like that. So I said, that's fine, interesting. I said, what if I do not take it? Because, the reason is that, I've been doing this for so many years, picking up new areas, developing and giving to a team and starting fresh. Wireless power was a very interesting area for me. I said, wow, this is new technology, very interesting. It was like in many others, but I say I spent so much of time and efforts in the last 3-4 years, 5 years, learning about the technology, understanding the market dynamics, networking with people across the globe, people speaking to companies like Apple, Samsung, Huawei, Sony, Panasonic, any company you can think of.
Yeah.
It's difficult to establish relationship or get in contact with those people.
Yeah, I should imagine.
After 3-4 years, when I'm already writing some good reports, good, heavy, insightful reports, you're telling me to stop something, brainwash yourself, and start again.
Yeah.
And I said, maybe if I do that, I will not be surprised if you do the same thing again after 6 months or 1 year, saying, oh, we are cutting that area, because I'm still not seeing you all are very focused on the research. So I said, give me a couple of days time. I'll come back to you on that. Even though I was very confident, but I still went to each of my clients, said, what if I continue there, or what if I start my own? You'll support me. And because I'm touchwood, I'm known for a very good research that I do, my methodology, my integrity and genuineness of hard work, or go much steps ahead than what is actually required, more like that.
Yeah.
So client said, no, Dinesh, I don't think it matters whether you work for IHS or for Informa, or you work for your own company. As far as you give us the same reports, insights and thing, we are not promising, but we should be able to support you on all that.
Amazing.
So I jumped into it. I jumped into the next day. I got my answer, which I was looking at. Then I went back to the company. I said, no, I don't want to. I didn't say I don't want to do that. I said, so what if I do not continue? And the reason I want to not work with you guys, because I don't want to waste my knowledge which I gain. Yeah. So technically, if you are closing down the business, it's not that you're laying off a person, you're closing the business. So what happened? Can I continue? Because I told them I have not decided what I will do. But I may start with what I'm currently doing. If it does well, fine. Otherwise, I'll find a new area like that. I did not tell them very confidently, because I was scared that they'll say, no, we will keep the area and all like that. So I told them, no, fine. What if I go and continue doing what I was doing in Informa? Yeah. They said, yes, you can continue. It's obviously the data and contacts and all are company's property. So you cannot anything. I said, no, nothing like that. I will not take my laptop. I will not take anything, no report, because all these reports were done by me for the last 3-4 years. So for me to redo it, it will not be a rocket science, as simple as that. Yeah. And I know these people in the industry, they will reach out to me if I do not reach out to them, as simple as that. So I said, fine, deal done. So it was in end of November to 2020 is when I got laid off. I had 1 more month time. I had many months, but I said maybe 15th of December will be my last date. End of November, what I said, I've decided this is what I will do. I'll not work. I'll carry on and do. Then I said, oh, let me start my company. Then within a day or two, I was just thinking, night, because you get so passionate about it.
I can hear that passion in your voice as well.
Yeah. So I said, let me think about the name of the company. So I had one name, then a second name. Finally, I said, oh, because I'm covering wireless power and power supplies. So one is wired connection. So you connect your devices with a cable to power them. Another one is wireless. So let me call it as a wired and wireless technology, WAWT. So immediately, I think on day 3 or day 4, because I think I did my consultancy work 10-15 years back. Right. Just 6 minutes. So I knew how to go to company's house and register your company and all those things. So I immediately went to the company's house. I knew my company name. I went there. I said, register my company. I got my company within a day's time. So that it's that easy to start a company, just for people to know. So you don't, oh my God, I have to start a company, so difficult. How will I do? No, it's very, very simple. More easy than, even waking in the morning and brushing your teeth, I would say.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was simple. Just going to companies how I register my company name. Within a day, I got my company number and all those things. I immediately went out to, I think I went to GoDaddy.com in January just to register the company domain, because I know once I got the company name, I'll do that. Maybe what I did, I checked the domain name first, then went for company's house. So again, could be a learning for people here that be careful not to do that, because these companies work on cookies on the internet. So GoDaddy found out that WWT has been registered in company's house. So immediately WWT.com was not available.
Right.
So it became a 20,000 pounds worth of a domain. I said, no, I'm not spending 25,000 pounds or 20,000 pounds, because it would have been easily available. I don't see any company called WWT and all. There are many companies, but so no, I said, no, I'm not paying that money. So I said, what are the alternatives? So first I registered the full name, wiredandwirelesstechnologies.com, which was available. I grabbed that. Then I said, no, that's not a big name in my email address I can write. I want a short form. So that's why the WWT was formed, if I may say.
I get it.
So .com was not there. So I immediately picked up www.tech because I work in technology.
Makes sense.
So I said, let me do a tech, and that was available. So I registered my domain at GoDaddy.com. I think GoDaddy, I just came to know because, again, I was researching for 1 week of this. So out of many options, GoDaddy was very popular. So I said, let me go. It was a good deal also going on. Then I said, I will also require the website. So with the 1st of December, I thought about the website. Second, third, I spoke to 1 or 2 companies who I know were doing website back in India, to be honest. And they said, yes, we can work out of this. Give us this content, how many pages you want in your website and all. It was very, very clear to me. I want one research page, one home page and all, because I know I'm very clear doing research in 2 areas, wireless power and power supplies. And I know what reports I'll be publishing. So one report page, one service page, one home page and all. I said, this is it. How much time will it take and how to develop the thing. First, I thought I can actually, again, even though I appointed a website developer company, but for the viewers out here, I would say you can even go and do it yourself. If you have time, energy, you can go. There are many softwares, many applications, many companies out there, which will make it very easy for you. Even like, I would say less than 100 pounds. It may sound silly, 25 pounds, 100 pounds, and you get it done, all those things there. So you can go and get your web. You not get an excellent website. Yeah. Good that you can start your one-man show business or a self-employed business and all those things. So that's available. So don't get scared. I want to have my website. So for the people out there, no, it's easy. Depends upon you want to make it your life more sophisticated and complicated. Go and appoint a person. Otherwise, there are some options. Yes, obviously there are pros and cons of doing it. Yeah. Basic, like a day's work and all, or getting a professional done. Yeah. But in fact, you will enjoy it. I would say I tried doing that, but I said, no, I want to focus on my main work and generate business, then focus on this admin or non-core job of mine. So finally I appointed someone. I said, yes, they said they'll take 2 months to do that. I said, fine. But 1st or 2nd of January is when one of the biggest technology show comes in Las Vegas. I said, no, I want my website by 2nd of January so that the 4th, when it's around, I can announce my company and all. I said, don't give me these 7 pages, give me at least 2 pages to launch on the website. So I briefed them, they did a decent job. But then I wanted company name, logo, branding, all those stuff. So again, it's very easy. There are many websites out there like Taylor Brands and all those things. I went there, I registered. I just appointed a freelance. First, again, you can design your brand name, logo, everything on your own with a very less than 25, 30, $50 pounds, if I may say. Yeah. Or you appoint a freelancers on that same website who wants to do slightly professional job. And because I want files in different format, JPEG, JIF file, black and white, color, transparent. No, I just paid some freelancer. I think it was around 25 pounds. So they designed the website. They gave me 10 designs. And I just selected one. It was very easy. And I knew I wanted the blue colored one. So the other interesting part was, because I worked in advertising research for so many years, I said, one is the company name, Wired as Wireless Technology.
Yeah.
Then I want the company identity or something small so the people can talk it. So I said, yes, let it be WAWT.
Yeah.
But
What made you go blue? What made you choose blue as your color?
no, blue is more like a professional color, more professional consultancy. I've seen, because my company websites were there, my competitor websites were there.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It doesn't look very jazzy and all those things.
Yeah.
It's very simple, straightforward, elegant, executive, if I may say. So I got the brand thing, WAWT has a brand logo.
Yeah.
I want a brand icon, a small icon which you can just put it somewhere, like I think WAWT still is a big thing. So between WAWT, there's a word called A. Then I said, let me put an A, make it like a WAWT. If you merge all the 4 words, that will basically will come to you more like what you call, if you merge them, it will look like a lotus flower. So W, yes, the way you're holding is right. Just put an A in between. W, the 2 W's together next to each other, and the A in between. So the word, so that if you see my company logo, you realize that, if I, let me show it to you on the screen here. You see here, between WAWT, A is more like the lotus flower, if you can see that.
Lotus flower. I like it.
Yeah, so that, and I said, let me find out what is the meaning of a lotus. And I was on the dot. Actually, the lotus means always flower, fragrance, this, that, and all. But the blue lotus actually means knowledge, intelligence, and all those things. I said, it matches my business profile and my work. So I said, it's all falling in place. And also now that I remember, you asked me why blue and all. Many of my friends, ex-colleagues are still into working in creative agencies, advertising agencies and all. So I just went to them, even the font color, if you see, you can write WWT or wired and wireless technologies in many fonts and all, many font types, Arial, Courier and all. So I spoke with my friend who's in advertising. He said, no, he said the SANS group, SANS group of fonts is very common, or is very professional, is very elegant type of things. To stick to that, then I selected one of those. So if you see my business card, my presentations, or my brochures, all that you will see, they have the same font type now. And the color, the blue color is also very, very different here. If you see the blue color,
yeah,
all my template of my card, my business, my LinkedIn profile, and all those. So there's synergy. So whenever anybody sees this color, they should identify, oh, this is WWT's color, or any, if they see infographics or even a presentation, they could easily identify. So example, if you see McKinsey Consultancy, if you go to the website or you see the LinkedIn, all their posts are nearly same, identical. So even without reading more, or even the company name is not there, I will say, oh, this is the post from McKinsey, or same thing for Coke, Red, and all those things. So
absolutely, yeah.
So that was more about starting the. So that was there. Then I said, yes, obviously I want tax expertise. Then I want accountants and all. So I spoke to one of my community persons. I just went out and I said, oh, do you know anybody, any accountant, local accountant who's not pricey, very simple. Oh, we know a woman. So I found someone very locally in my area. I didn't want to do, I could, obviously, when you register the company, you get 10 calls and letters from, oh, we want to be accountant, we want to do this.
Yeah.
And the pricing were too much. See, they quoted me prices which would have been fine for me. But I said, even though I'm confident of my business and research or revenues or profits, I can pay them. But what I don't want to confirm myself with such a high price services. Because one man show, I know the billing will be like 2-3 invoices in a month and all those things, type of things. So it's not very complicated. So I went for a very local accountant. He may not be excellent, I would say, again, with due respect to him. But yes, it was suiting my benefits because I don't want to do no international laws. I don't want to do, yes, it is required because I work with clients across the globe. Yeah. To know whether I need to charge VAT for Japan invoice or a US invoice or a UK and all, or even Germany or China or anywhere. Yeah. So that expertise, if it's not there, I can Google and get it out, even though I can get confirmation from him. Yeah. So I got this thing, but I said I don't have I appointed him, but I told him I also want an accounting package so that I can see on a regular basis and all. So I knew about something called QuickBooks. I'm sure many people may do that. So QuickBooks is an accounting software You go and subscribe. See, if I would have gone there and subscribed, but I would have paid around 30-40 pounds per month subscription fee to have that software with me. And that will connect with me, all my invoicing and all those things. Plus, it will connect all my bank transactions, so you can link them actually.
Yeah.
But then I also happened to check with there were 2-3 softwares there, options there. So I checked with my accountant, what do you think? He said, QuickBooks could be good because I also use QuickBooks. I said, then that's good because I can either go to him or I can work. But then he said, Dinesh, why are you subscribing? As an accountant, you can also, I can give you one of my licenses because we as his accountant buy 25 licenses.
Oh, perfect.
So I said, no, fine. So my cost becomes 1/3. I said, okay, you charge me that fees that you approve it fees and do that. And so he bought me the software. He opened an account for me. Then I'm using it. So
fantastic.
So I connected my bank card with that, debit card and credit card, current account and all. And that was linked. Then now, as we know, HMRC has gone for digital taxations, digital tax and all those things. I think it's called Make Tax Digital, MTD, something like that. So I said, wow, I have a software, and the QuickBooks also had, obviously they keep on upgrading, advancing their services. They said, yeah, don't worry, we have taken care of that. So just link your HMRC account to QuickBooks. You can pay your VAT through, by the end of the month or quarter, whenever you pay your VAT, you just click icon, report will be generated, will say, okay, pay, and you can link and pay it as well.
Perfect.
So HMRC was linked to that. Some of these companies, actually, thanks to COVID, they came across many, they realized what people may be going through or what is required. And I think they adapted to the environment and they created these softwares and services and all.
Yeah, definitely. There's been some evolution, hasn't there, since COVID? No, thank you. Yeah, you've shared there the importance of setting things up from the start really well.
One thing I want to, in fact, while talking QuickBooks, I remember opening a bank account was very difficult for me.
Okay.
Again, the reason I'm saying is because during the COVID times, many people went, obviously the banks were closed, working less staff, but everybody starting their own, everybody was laid off, they want to do something small and all. So they told me it will take you 3 months to get a business account or a business card. I said, no, I cannot do that.
Wow.
I cannot work like that because I might bill my client tomorrow and client will not do, because every client, all of my clients are international companies or local companies, but big companies, limited companies. When they want to do a business with you, they want to register you as a vendor or a supplier. And for that, they will ask you all the details, your company house number, your VAT registration number, your bank account details so that they can transit. And all has to be authenticated and all. I said, no, I want it because they will pay me only through the bank account, not like cash and anything like that.
Yeah.
So they said 2 months to open an account. I said, no, fine. This is okay, but I want something for tomorrow. What I want to go and spend. So while I opened for a proper account in HSBC, HSBC also gave me an option of why don't you go and open a Connect account, KINET. So HSBC Connect as an online account. So you can open that within 2 weeks or so. But again,
that's a brilliant tip.
Yeah, so but that they do not give anybody straightforward. It's again a lot of, I would say, a lot of scrutiny is done. What is your company doing? What is your business? Okay, if you're doing business, is it only UK or is it international? I said, oh, international. They said, no, you have to tell us specifically which countries. So I told them I may potentially get business from UK, India, China, Taiwan, Germany, France. I listed all the companies.
Yeah.
He said, that is not enough. You have to tell us if you'll get $100 end of the year, how much will come from UK, how much from US.
They wanted specifics.
Yeah, so not that they go and back and check it, but they want to understand the seriousness where there's no more money laundering or all those things happen.
Yeah, of course.
So banking was a little bit of a hurdle, but what I did was for the first 1 month or 2 months, I used that Connect account.
Excellent.
Online account, which is only an app based, only the app or through the mobile. There's no branch services, no customer service and all, which is still okay for me because I was just starting my business. There's not much things to do. And I opened that and I did that the day in which I signed for the company's house. So it all happened within a week's time.
Fantastic. Wow. Fast moving.
Yeah, I registered for company's house. I registered my company for HMRC. then registered domain, applied for bank card, all those things. I don't know how all this clicked me at the same time, but it happened eventually, thankfully. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's brilliant. That's great. You've been really detailed there about sort of how I loved your sentence. Starting the business was it was just as easy as brushing your teeth. So I think that's absolutely brilliant.
It's very relaxing. Yeah, in fact, I was very surprised. I said, oh, is it that easy to just go for a $20? You can register and get your company name there and all. So and in fact, HMRC, in fact, the last 3 years, HMRC website, in fact, even if I didn't have an accountant, to be honest, HMRC is such a great website. It's so very straightforward, all processes there. And in case you still get stuck, oh, I don't know if I paid the tax wrong or my, what you call as PAY wrong, all those things, you call them. Sometimes it will take you an hour or half an hour to get through them, but they're so patient, they're so knowledgeable. If not, they'll come back to you, or they'll say, dial this number and another division. You can still be fine without having I would say, account. Not that you should not have, to just get it. So HMRC is very, very helpful. In fact, my accountant said, why do you go and ask HMRC? I said, no, I get a bit good explanations. Plus, it comes from the horse's mouth, so they cannot be wrong.
Exactly.
And their calls are recorded. So they can't say, okay, and I can tell them I have paid this, or this is the mistake I did, or I realized this. All those things. So I think as things came in, I kept on learning how to do those things. And I didn't get scared of that. That's another learning. I just said, fine, if this is the case, there would be a solution somewhere. Or and there'll be some difficult solution, there'll be easy solution. Let me find an easy way out. Easy way out means easy way to get the business done. So yes. So I sometimes got stuck in PAYE, sometimes in national insurance, sometimes in BAT. But through these softwares, through talking to HMRC, through the accountant, it's like normal. I don't think you should get scared over whether I'll be able to do that or not. If it falls on you, you'll naturally do that. As simple as that. So that's where how I'm doing. It is I would not say it is difficult, but because see, earlier I was a working, employed person. Simply, you work for so many hours or even extra hours. End of the month, you get your salary. That's it.
So none of these things are on your mind. Yeah,
because in a company, they have a separate team for HR. They have a accountant separate, PAY separately. They have a legal department. Here, I'm everything. All departments. So you have to do all those things. You have to agree. Otherwise, spend money, appoint different people, appoint 10 people for 10 things. So and for me, money saved was money earned. As simple as that. That's what I believe from since my childhood. Money saved is money earned. If you can do something, it's your own money. Yes, from a business perspective, now I start to think, if I do this job, I'll save say £100. But I spend the same 1 hour and do a report. If I get £1,000, then I'll rather give that £100 to someone. But if I have time, then I'll do that £100 job. Which will save them. So it's fine. It gets me my light electricity bills paid. If I do, example, if I do QuickBooks and not appoint a professional accountant and all. Sometimes I do get stuck, to be honest.
But there's always somebody at the end of the phone. I like your advice. I think it's great. Don't shy away from starting a business because you think that everything's really complex, or you can't speak to the likes of HMRC, because a lot of people do shy away from that because they think
they get scared.
Absolutely. So that is fantastic advice there, Dinesh. Thank you. I wanted to move on and ask, obviously you've been running the business now since so I guess January 21, and so a good couple of years. You're a good couple of years into it. Has it been everything that you hoped it would be?
Yes, from a business perspective, I think it has been better than what I would have thought, because obviously, even though you're confident working for a company, even though clients promise you that they might give you business, you're not very sure. And as a family of 4 people, mortgages, lights, electricity, so there's cost there. And even a month, and during COVID time, it was a havoc. People were laid off, business is not there, temperaments was bad, more demoralizing, demotivating, depressing, all those things. I said, no, I was confident about my research. I knew, and I'm passionate about research. I like to do research here, there, and all. So in fact, even you wake up me at 3 a.m, I said, oh, this is something to be done. I will do that. People feel lethargic. Okay, after 5 o'clock, let me close my laptop. No, if you don't trouble me, I can work over the night and do it happily. Not like, oh, I have to do it. Oh my God, my report is there, client is delivering. Touch wood, so far I'm being highly motivated, self-motivated.
Yeah.
And doing it on my own. Yeah. And like example, other thing which I'll say you is that in my business, it's very important to meet people and attend trade shows. Obviously, during COVID, traveling was stopped. What from last year, I think I spent around 4 months outside the country.
Right.
Going to US, Germany, Japan, and India, Taiwan, all those things. So any opportunity which I got, I went and travel, met the company. So see, in fact, it's good that you are independent. You can do what is good for business.
Yeah.
Because when I was in the company, they said, oh, budget limit, you can only attend 2 trade shows in a year and 3 days each and all. But now I know there are 10 shows which are important for my business. I attended nearly 9 of them, if not 10, last year. For me, it was just like picking a bag, booking my tickets. I know companies say ticket booking is expensive and all, but I do my bookings 3 months in advance, travel tickets. So
Yeah,
or 2 months in advance, I don't go to 5-star or 7-star hotels or 4-star hotels.
yeah.
I use Airbnb wherever it's possible. So I try to keep my cost minimum. And why I do Airbnb is because my work makes me go out. If I'm, for example, in Germany, go out at 8 in the morning and come at 8, 9, or even 10. Finish the trade show, then go for a client dinner meeting. In many cases, there is one meeting. And you come back at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. And you only require bed to sleep. And
Just need your bed alone. Why is it so important for you, Dinesh? Sorry to
No. I was saying it's more like, I don't require lobbies, I don't require gyms in big hotels, 5-star. I don't require high type of cutlery. I know if you give me, yes, why? But it's not necessary. I don't think so. So yeah, Airbnb takes good care of me. Touchwood has been, so far experience has been good across any country, any city. So yes, cutting the cost to the minimum, but not to the level that you sacrifice or you don't like it. If there was an issue, for example, Airbnb, I would have gone and stayed in a hotel like that. So it's okay. So far, so good. Uber is there. I don't need a car and all those things.
Yeah, no, it sounds like the priority for you, it sounds, is the actual trade show. So the priority is being at the trade show, and you say that it's really important to go. What do you get from there? Why is it so important?
First of all, I meet companies, and these trade show are more for announcements, launches, product launches, or demonstration exhibitions and all. And these are technology trade shows. So they will tell you what is coming in the product next 1 year or 10 years down the line or 5 years.
Yeah.
And I'm a technology research. The reports that are published are on market sizing and market forecasts.
Right.
So example, we can easily say how much iPhone 13 sold last year. But my research will tell me how much Apple will sell, how many iPhones Apple will sell in 2025 or 2026. So I do a forecast of the market. Or how many phones will be sold in the market and whether share of any company will do that. Or which of the phones will have wireless power, because I cover wireless power. Yes. And wireless power, whether they'll have 15 watts charging or slow charging or fast charging, what type of. And that only happens when you meet people. Yes, you can, thanks to COVID, people are now receptive on the phones, Zoom calls, team calls and all. But yes, it's important to meet people, see their product, because there's a lot of overclaims. Oh, I can do this. I'll be a big company next year. I said, no, show me the product.
Yeah.
So meet companies out there, because sometimes I don't know who to talk to. So there you go for networking, building up your network.
Yeah.
Creating more contacts, establishing a relationship, because I think it's just picking up a card is not very easy. And for me, my reports are very expensive reports. Right. $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 pound reports. Each report are there. So no one will just buy for you because they know you. In fact, I will send you, you will say fine, but I think it will be more comfortable if I come and meet you, chat with you. Yeah. Basis, create that comfort level, engagement. Yeah. And try to sell it off here. So that's what I do. So it's very important to do the trade shows. That way people will know he's serious about business as well. He's one of the analysts, which if he's going to different shows, which means he's doing some real research. Yeah. They have experienced people who do only web scraping, go to Google, find out some numbers here and there. Oh, my report is ready, go and buy it. And they sell the report at 1/10 of my price. Right. Okay. I don't tell my client not to buy that. I say, please go and buy it. But before you buy it, you speak to the researcher and ask me some 3-4 basic questions about the market. the competition. Within 5 minutes, you realize whether you will want to buy the report or not. I tell them, you ask me any question, left, right, directly, indirectly, and then you gauge it out.
Yeah.
It's not about numbers. Anybody can create numbers. But what is the story behind the estimates, the forecast, why I'm saying what I'm saying is important. And I do that, yeah. So yeah, if you ask me what motivates me, I think interest in the area.
Yeah.
And I did business in the area which I'm interested in. Not like, okay, I'm laid off, let me do a business, let me start a restaurant, let me start, man with a van example, or let me start my painting job, or I had passion in my painting, so let me do that. No, I did what I was doing, which I wanted to do. Nothing new which I tried. And no, I didn't want to be a James Bond out new areas and you don't land up here. It obviously it's a risk. Touch wood, it turned out very well. Clients were supportive, even though some business sometimes was slowed down because of the market situations, economics and all. Like this year, it's been slightly slower business than it was last year, but I'm sure all of those clients will come in, if not now, after 1 or 2 quarters.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the good part of research is if the market is doing good, people want to know how good it is. If the market is bad falling, they want to know how bad it is.
Yeah, so, either way.
Yeah, so I tell them, no, even the market is bad, you should know how bad it is. So whether you should invest in that technology or not, or wait for 1 or 2 years.
Yeah.
So I try to provide more of a strategic insights to them rather than only number-based things. So that helps the clients, yeah.
Yeah, the story behind it, so they can make decisions on actual what's actually going on. No, I can hear it, and I can absolutely hear the passion. So I can hear why you
because of this reason, because of my knowledge and insights, now I'm always invited. So the big shows, industry shows happens, and there's a lot of webinars, there's a lot of presentations, there's a lot of keynotes. Opportunity comes in, come and talk to the podium, tell us about the market overview and all. I'm always called. Okay, if there's a big show happening, like next week, there's show happening in San Diego.
Oh, nice. Are you going?
Yeah, so I'm going there. I'm being called. If you see my LinkedIn page, you will see that I'm being invited to come and talk on that topic. So I'm being given a podium to talk on the presentation, but someone also told me, Dinesh, why don't you run a panel? Call in the 10 top companies on the podium, sit across and have a discussion, and we want to hear you out.
Yeah.
So you can check that as well. So yes, I'm also being called on a regular basis at shows. Still now I don't charge them, but looks like once I'm slightly more confident, I said, yes, you call me, pay me my flight ticket, I'll come and charge it. But at the moment, it helps me to increase my brand awareness, my knowledge, reputation in the market. So I'm saying, yes, it's a win-win for both. So I'm not charging, but hopefully it will be charging very soon.
Yeah, definitely. And it's a way of keeping your finger on the pulse. So your expos that you go to keeps your finger on the pulse. You're mixing with the right people. You're in the right place. Yes. And being able to deliver keynotes and workshops is keeping your finger on the pulse, and so you're in your right place. Yes, so it's incredible. No, thank you, Dinesh. What would you say that you do that makes you sort of stand out in your industry?
I would say be sincere with your work. Be thorough with your work, and do it with passion, not like head down, mood off, or let me go to the trade show, I'll see if I can meet. No, not it won't help you at all, especially when you are independent. More like that. If you're a salaried person, you can afford to be, oh my god, I'll not work today, I'll go slow at the trade show, I'll just go and roam around and it will not matter. Yeah. Yes, it will not matter, but sometimes you do not realize it will matter to you. If not now in the job, 2-3 years, maybe end of the year or 2 years, it will come out in your reports. It will come out in your discussions. Yeah. So you can hide for some extent, but not to larger extent. For the business, you cannot hide it because that will impact your business. So it's more, see, in fact, sometimes I call my business more like I'm a Uber driver. So more I'm on the road, the more I earn money. So more I'm working in a day, the more I earn money, more like that. So again, not anything which I do is not related to my revenues or my business or my knowledge of the industry. So it's more like simple as that. I'm more like a taxi driver. 1 meter is down, it's down, more like that. Yeah. So it all depends on me whether I want to park my car and sit down and relax or let it going. And because I'm passionate, so I don't feel the lethargic or tiredness. Yeah. Or I'll not do it. Sometimes I even work over the weekend and I enjoy sometimes. And not that I do it. See, if I was doing it in a job, I said, oh my God, company is giving me more work. I'm working over the weekend. I'm working late nights. No, it's my call. Nobody told me to do it.
No, it's on your terms. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's your on your energy. So your company's obviously grown over the last couple of years. What would you attribute your growth to, do you think?
Again, persistence. Why I'm saying, because it's again, it may sound easier, but it's not easy to get business. So you keep on following with the clients. You use your different tactics. Obviously you tell them, okay, you make them understand that you are researcher, technology, you're doing this for 5 years, your expertise, your reports are good, bought by many company, but still they will not buy it.
Yeah.
For many reasons. They don't have budget and all those things. But I said, fine, I want to engage with you, continue to engage with you. Yes, if I sell the report to you, that's my bread and butter. That's good. But if you're not, let's continue keeping the engagement, because if we discuss, it will mutually benefit you and me. You'll learn something. I'll learn something. I'm sure you learn more from me than I will. I'll frankly tell you that. I tell them straight away.
Yeah.
And I do that. And tomorrow, if they have little money to buy research, touch wood, they will just come to me. They say, oh, Dinesh, we want to now buy research. So there's some companies I've been chasing for 2 years, 3 years. They're not bought. Some of them I'm chasing, and finally they say, oh, Dinesh, now we are ready to buy research. So let's buy it more from you. So more of persistence and all those things. Yes, there is a lot of hard work. I'm seeing a lot of competition coming in. More of my colleagues said, oh, because they saw me in this state, they said, oh, wow, Dinesh is doing good. So why did we sell that company off? So my previous company, which laid me off, I'm hearing that they're thinking of starting that research area again. I said,
you need to get in there, Dinesh. You need to get in there. You can do that for them.
No, but in fact, I'm see what salary I was getting. I'm getting 5 times more of that being independent. See, because when you're a salaried person, irrespective of how many reports you sell and all, you get a fixed salary. I'm not on commission base. So now the more reports I sell, it's more my profit. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Touch wood, I'm doing 5 times more business than I was as a salaried person in terms of revenues. So I will never go back to them unless and until they think of acquiring my company or buying my company, which could be maybe 5 years down the line. So I'm sure you ask me what you want to see 5 years down the line. Yes, if I get acquired, fine, well and good. Otherwise, I'll continue like this what I'm doing, because the area which I'm picked up, it's just starting now, like wireless power and power supply.
Yeah.
It only has to grow. It may go up and down, but even I don't want, obviously I would be growing every year by 15-20%. But even if I don't grow, I'm still at the same level. I should be okay to cover up at least it'll still be better than being a salaried person working for a boss, 10 team calls in a day, which doesn't make you do real work, but only do admin work, HR work, and all those calls. And sometimes working those companies, you get so many calls, town hall meeting, this hall meeting, group meeting, team meeting, one-to-one, and all those things take. Now I'm free from all those meetings. So there's no admin meeting at all in my calendar.
Amazing.
Yeah. So those things are there. Yeah.
Yeah, you are in control. How do you balance? It sounds like you will work whatever it takes. Yeah. In fact, it sounds like we need to sort of peel you away from your laptop at times. How do you balance your personal life with the demands of running your business?
Good question. I think I do get carried away doing my work. Again, I can afford to do that because again, my wife is working. My daughter is into uni. She's nearly independent, even though I have to keep a very close watch. Being a girl, being a daughter, a father will feel obviously different than the mother. And my son is good enough, touch wood, so he's slightly independent. So I can afford to do that. I can afford to leave them on their own. I can afford to go out for my travels for 1 week, 2 weeks, even 3 weeks in a stretch in a 1 month.
Yeah.
So it's okay. Sometimes 3 weeks is little too much. 2 weeks is, I think, is good. The family can adjust on because again, I have the car, so my daughter doesn't now. They just started to drive. My son requires to go here and there. My wife doesn't drive, so that becomes one hurdle. But otherwise, I think you're pointing in the right direction. Even though I'm passionate, we have to keep in mind the health is more than the wealth. As simple as that. So I think from this year, one of the key objectives which I gave to myself is that I will also prioritize on my health. Yeah. And I think that is where the work-life balance comes in. I want to reduce my hours of work. I think I've established myself. So now I'm thinking, even if I do 2 hours less of work, I should be okay. Because when I get extra time, I go on LinkedIn, I do post, I do comment on those things, because so that people are keeping awareness and all. I share my insights to companies, so example, my screen time is more for LinkedIn, if I may put it like that.
Okay.
Or checking my emails. So it's always productive from business perspective, but now I want to do less of those things. I may appoint some people maybe 1 or 2 years down the line who takes 20% of my current work, or do some very basic research for me.
Yeah.
And I do very hardcore research there, just to get a little bit more of work-life balance, more than a time for family. I want more time for myself.
Yeah.
So, and at the same time, for me, if you say I don't get time for vacation, holidays and all, because I travel. In fact, this year, so far I've traveled to 31 cities. 31 cities,
and we're only coming to the end of the 5th month.
That's right. And why I'm counting is because this year I became 50 years. So I said my objective is to travel 50 cities in a year. 50 cities in a year, in this year. So that is my objective. So I've already nearly around 30, 31 so far.
You'll do it. You'll do it, no doubt.
Yeah. So yes, hopefully I'll finish 50. But again, because my work involves traveling, meeting people, I'm enjoying it. So I don't require a very separate type of vacation. Obviously, you require vacation with the family, Like 2 weeks back, I went to a trade show. I took my daughter there, so we had a good time. She also got a show, but we had some nice, because whenever I go for my trips, either I go one day earlier or later on, explore the city, just do that, just one day out there and come back. Try to mix that up more like that.
Yeah. Literally balancing life with
yes,
your business.
But still needs to be done. I think there's a lot to be done. I'm slightly putting on weight now. I can see that working from home is creating some impact, lethargicness, which I do not want to. So example, if you see me now, my main rule is, even during lockdown or work from home, I said ensure that I'll follow the same routine, wake up at the same hour, brush, get ready, no work in my pajamas. So I always decked up like this, even though there's no work, no meeting, no Zoom call. I sit like this at 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
Carry on, more like that. Rather than, there's no meeting, so I'll wear my t-shirts and all. No, I try not to do that. I even apply perfume and sit.
Yeah.
So that it looks like, yes. So it's the same environment I want to create it. Sometimes I feel this is not good working from home, because see, like you would know from my talk, I like to talk to people, meet people, and that you miss in your work environment, work from home. So when I was working, I was always in a day in my office. Obviously, sometimes I have to work from home and office both. I talk to people, go to the desk, chat about it. And I don't smoke, but I always go to the smoker zone and find some 2-3 people there and chat in general, topic, work, business, client, anything like that, which is not happening now. I'm into my attic area. And most of the times I work there.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel it's a box thing, which I don't want to. So, but when I travel good. That's why I'm trying to balance it, but I want the balance on a daily basis, not like whenever I'm traveling.
Yeah. Keeping that connection alive on a daily basis. Absolutely. And I loved your sentence, health is more important than wealth. I wrote that down, actually. I thought that was absolutely brilliant. I thought that was
and especially after the COVID, I think people have realized the priorities.
Yeah.
I think many people I know, they say, oh no, we don't want to kill ourselves with a 9 to 5 or a very strict job.
Yeah.
And we think people dying even at younger ages now. In fact, in the last 1-2 weeks, a lot of my colleagues, my classmates of the same age, they're in their 50s, not even 50. They're just like not there tomorrow. Yesterday, day before yesterday, they were there, and today they're not there. So people are realizing that it's not worth killing yourself doing money. Yes, you do it because sometimes you don't have any options.
Yeah.
There's no money in the house, there's no income. One person has to work for 2 shifts, 3 shifts to fill up the money, fill the gas and all those things. But again, just don't do overboard, because today, tomorrow it may impact. So I've realized that I'm not taking care of my health, like I told you. So that will be my priority. Health first, time to self is second, third is time to family as third. Not in any order, but I'm just saying 3 things I would keep in mind important.
Yeah.
At the same time, ensure that I keep getting the same business which I'm getting, and there's no drop in that, because one drop is there, it may demotivate me, it may suddenly put me in a different trap, and it may scare you off a little bit. Oh, my business is not doing good now, maybe next year to be more bad and all. More like that, yeah.
Yeah. No, I love it. I love that. I love it. I love it. Self-awareness. I think it's really important. What would you say has been your biggest learning over the last couple of years running your business?
Biggest learning, I would say, take it as it comes in, more like that. Don't preempt things. Oh yes, good to preempt things. That comes from your experience and all. But learning has been, in fact, like I told you, so all these examples, learning on the go is my learning, more like that. As things comes across, try to find out how to get it done rather than get scared of it. Try to find out different ways to get it done. Cheaper ways, easy ways, more efficient ways, more productive ways. That is there. And learning, like I said, even prioritizing your health over your wealth or over your work is again a learning for me. That's it. And from a professional point of view, I try to be more close to, I do a lot of reading, as simple as that. Reading on LinkedIn, reading. In fact, I sometimes like just go to the library. I have an experience of reading on the newspaper, in the paper here, because I think that puts you in different setup. Obviously you read Financial Express on your mobile or a tablet, but it's a different feeling going, having a newspaper in your hand. And I had the newspaper habit every day. So that I like it. I even go, and in fact, my wife works, she goes out and work and comes. And I said, even if you get me 2 or 3 days old newspaper, just come and get me, because it's good. Just have a coffee, just turn your pages. It helps me. I think this refreshes me, more like that. So that's there. Example now, artificial intelligence is one thing. So I'm trying to see how I can use that in my work.
Okay.
Using Chat GPT is another one. Even though there are pros and cons of using Chat GPT, makes you lazy and all. Example will be like the calculator. It's good that we have a calculator, but the bad is nobody does mental maths now.
Yeah.
Even if I tell you 10 into 5 or 10 into 16 or whatever it is, we require we spoiled ourselves. Whatever little writing we did, we stopped using the pen. We only using the keyboards.
Yeah.
The third thing is, now that you do a little bit of writing, now you want Chat GPT to tell you how to write a letter, how to write an email, or how to write a report. Then, in fact, you will be just brain drain. I would not say brain drain, but brain stop. If you
brain stop. Yeah, that's brain.
Yeah, that's a
brain.
brain. Yeah, so you don't want to stop using your brain. You stop doing that when you start using a calculator. You stop doing that when you are using robotics and all those stuff. See, I believe, I'm a technology. I believe in all these technology, but use it to your benefit. Not like, okay, tomorrow you'll become more lazy. You'll stop thinking or writing, and just put your content on Chat GPT and say, oh, this is my client, or this is my report data. Can you write a paragraph so that I can put it? No, I don't think so. That'll work.
No.
So yes, I'll try to see wherever I can use many of this. Sometimes there is a time crunch, productivity issue. I have 3 reports in the same week. Then maybe I'll try to use shortcuts. Shortcuts means find a productive way of doing that.
Yeah.
But keeping in mind that it shouldn't impact the quality. Because if it impacts the quality, one-man show person may lose the business. And once the client goes, in many cases, they will not come back, or they'll take many years to come back. So losing the trust of the client is not good. So I ensure that, I'm more authentic, more clear. And sometimes my reports are not good, not right. Sometimes there's error in that. I just accept it. Oh, fine. Oh, sorry. I'll correct and come back. Rather than hiding and all, I said, no. Oh, that's a good point. Maybe I'll look into that aspect of the market from my next report and not scorecards. Accept it. If you're not done, fine. And I think they understand this. Not one person can know everything. So those two are there. So that's fine. Yeah. So that's my learning, if you want to put it like that. Yeah.
No, that's amazing. Thank you.
Go learning. Yeah. To go learning, if I may say like that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's perfect. No, I think it's use your brain. Use your brain. And yeah.
Use your brain and freshen your brains. Go out for a 20 minutes walk.
Yes.
That creates. You'll be surprised to know what impact it makes. Just going out, walking on the grass, or just going out, walk on your own.
Yeah.
And if possible, don't carry your phone to count your steps.
Leave the phone at home.
Just
Leave the phone at
leave your
home.
phone, your home,
Disconnect.
or even your watch, because sometimes you coach, oh, I walked so many minutes or so many steps, even though I wear an Apple Watch for many reasons. But yes, sometimes just like, just free yourself, go for a walk. You won't be surprised how impact it makes on your health, your thinking capabilities, adding you becoming more
Huge impact.
creativity and all those things. I know sometimes I say it and then I do not do it, but now at
As
least
we all do.
but at least I start to realize it, and hopefully we'll be doing more of those things which I'm saying now than just like pep talk. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's a nice prompt, isn't it? We've just prompted each other to do that. We'll do that together.
Yeah.
My final question, I know that you've gone into a little bit of detail about where you see yourself in 5 years already. However, if there's anything else you wanted to elaborate on that. And my final point, which I always love to share with our listeners, is do you have any words of advice for the business owners who are looking to grow?
Yeah, first is on the 5 years down the line. Yes, I would say obviously my business should possibly, hopefully grow by 20-30% every year. That's one thing. So 5 years down the line, it should be, even though I'm independent, I should be getting much more out of it than what I'm getting. So it has to be a lot of productivity, more efficiency into the systems, covering more areas, or doing reports which are more, gives you more revenues than currently doing. So your cost per hour, if I may put it like that, or your revenue per hour increases. And maybe and more important, I do not want my knowledge to get wasted. Doesn't look like my kids will adopt my business and take it from there. Doesn't look like, because both are not interested in research. But maybe I want to give it, hopefully I find a buyer for my company. If I do not want to do it, hopefully there's a buyer who can take it, the knowledge, and continue with that and take it forward, rather than it get wasted after me, or during, if I want to stop my business or whatever it is. Someone like that. So that will be my goal. Not that I want to sell my company now, but
leave a legacy.
Yeah, if it comes to me, obviously if they give me millions of pounds, then I'm sure I'll not say no. But at the same time, I want to ensure it goes in the right hands. Not like someone takes it and kills it. More like that. Many businesses do that. They buy the competition and then kill it off.
Lose it. No, I hear you. And what words of advice would you have for another business owner who's also looking to grow? A gold nugget.
Obviously, whatever you do it for passion. That's one thing. Don't get scared. Doing business is good, actually. You're more independent and all. In fact, working for a company, it's sad that I'm saying that, for working for 25 years for a company as an employer or as an employee. Yeah, working for a company is more like being working like a slave, more like that. So if you really jumped into doing business, that's good news. I would say you're much more a highly profile person than otherwise. You're a more evolved person if you have jumped into a business. You may have jumped into the business for just for compulsions, or for because you have to pay your bills, or for because you have no other option, you're not getting jobs. But even though whatever you do, just do it with passion, and enjoy doing it, more like doing that. Otherwise, no point. It will not take you very far if you're not enjoying what you're doing. Otherwise, find something else that may give you less money, revenues, but which may not give you heartburns end of the day. Yeah, more like that. So yes, just enjoy, do it with passion. And it's easier than you would imagine or expect. There are people out there, there are resources out there which will help you out. Or you can easily find, now we are living in a digital world. Everything is at your fingertips, or in your the hands. So you can Google, you can ChatGPT is another one, or go to HMRC, like I told you an example, or buy some software. They may be expensive one, but at least get your work done easier and better. Those sorts of that. So yes, if you want to explore better, efficient, cheaper, economical areas, I'm sure you will get around. If you just sit with what you have options for, don't go with first come first option and just a one. And do that. That's it.
Oh no, that's perfect. I think that's a fantastic.
Hopefully it's helpful for people, and I enjoyed talking to you guys as well.
Yeah, no, it's been an absolute pleasure. Honestly, it's been such a pleasure to hear about your journey, to hear about your obstacles and how you overcame them, and just your enthusiasm about what you do as well. I think it's incredible. Thank you so much for joining us on Business Spotlight, and I hope that we get to catch up soon. Thanks, Dinesh.
Sure, thank you very, very much. And I enjoyed it. I'm honored to be called for the interview. And hopefully this talks helps people in one way or the other way around. And obviously it helps me as well. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I'm sure it will. You've offered some great advice. So thank you. Thanks, Dinesh. Take care.
Thanks a lot. Bye. Catch you. Bye.